So today we're just going to go through a few exercises that can really help to mobilise and strengthen the back. So this is nice if you've got sort of any aches or pains or niggles or just general stiffness, but this is definitely not to be used as a cure for any specific back problems. So some exercises in this might be contraindicated for certain back conditions. So it's always best to check with a professional before you leap into things like this. Okay, so as always, listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right, rest where you need to and come back in when you're ready. Okay, so we're just going to start with a little bit of general loosening off. So we're starting with the shoulders, relaxing everything off there, and just allowing the shoulders to move, hopefully not too crunchy, but that all depends on what else you've been up to. So we're just going to relax the shoulders down, big stretch forwards and big stretch open. Just letting the back stretch, letting the chest stretch. Breathing out as we stretch. And one last one. Coming forwards. One last one open. And just shake the shoulders out. Just going to go a little bit of side to side here. So we're coming into that lateral flexion. Just getting the spine moving in all directions to start with. Okay, so while we're doing this, just tune into the body and notice how it feels. Okay, some exercises might feel good, some might feel a little bit sticky. Just listen to your body. Let's just do a little bit of rotation, so we're letting the arms go round, the hips, the feet. Again, getting the spine moving in all directions. And we're just going to relax into the middle here and just take it into a little bit more rotation. So arms are out in front, shoulders back and down, and we're going to open top half going round as far as you can and into the middle. Breathing out as we're going round. So try not to let the hips go round. Okay, one more each way. I'm going to take the arms up. So we've got one arm coming up, diagonal line back, and the other way. So it's going as far as you feel you can, opening up through the chest, and hopefully helping us to find a good tall posture. Okay, one more here. And just relaxing the shoulders. I'm just going to go to both arms in front now. We're going to open and gently squeeze the shoulders back and down. So we're going to pulse here for 8. So 4 more. So this is just about, as I said before, the posture. Okay, so if your posture is good and tall, it takes a bit of pressure off the back, off the spine. Shake the shoulders out and let's go again. So we've got 8 little pulses. So all the time we're thinking of that connection in the middle, making sure we're not arching the back throughout this. And shake it out. And let's just go one more set of 8, breathing out, squeezing those shoulders gently back and down. Relaxing the shoulders there. Let's take both arms up. This time shoulders are coming down and back as we slide the elbows down and release. So you might get a little arch in your back, but we're definitely focusing on moving the shoulder blades rather than arching the back too much. So still got that core connection, that connection through the midsection, supporting that neutral spine. Okay, one last one here. And loosen the shoulders off again. Just coming palm up, shoulders back and down, elbows tucking in as we open and close. Breathing out as we open. Okay, just getting those shoulders moving and opening up through the chest. So you might feel a little bit of something going on around the front of the shoulder. Okay. One last one here. And then loosen the arms. So I'm just going to come for a big stretch up. Stretching the arms over and back. So now we are getting a little back bend. And then I'm going to tuck the chin, rolling down through the body, vertebrae by vertebrae. Just making sure the knees are bent and your neck is relaxed. So your eyes are looking at your knees. We're hanging there, nice deep breath, rolling back up through the body. Relaxing the shoulders, big stretch up. Little back bend over again if you can. And rolling down again. If coming into a full roll down isn't your thing, you can stop halfway and rest on the thighs. Okay, if you can, come all the way down. This time we're going to take the arms and the body round to one side. And round to the other side. Back into the middle, rolling back up through the body. Relax the shoulders, big stretch up, little back bend. And we're going one more, rolling down through, tuck the chin, rounding over the back. And when we get to the bottom this time, circling the arms from the shoulders there. And then around the other way with the arms. And rolling back up through the body. Relaxing the shoulders at the top. So I'm going to come down onto hands and knees. I'm going to start with your cat stretch. So some of these exercises you would have seen before, but it's good to have them all in one place. So we've got a nice 4-point kneeling. I'm going to round up through the body into your cat stretch. Scooping down the other way into your cow stretch. So breathing out as we're going up. And we're separating the vertebrae, separating the shoulder blades. And then scooping down the other way. Gently drawing the vertebrae towards each other. Rounding up. Scooping down. And one more, we're going to finish off on a cat. And then we're going to find our neutral spine, everything nice and strong in the middle. I'm just going to go with your opposite arm to leg, breathing out as we're extending. Okay, so the idea of these is that we're trying to stay as stable as possible. So this one's about stability through the back and the midsection, rather than mobility. So we're working hard. Exhale, connecting that midsection as we're extending. Okay, and trust me on this one, you can feel, if you like, your back muscles will be working as you're extending. Okay. So we've got one more here. And I'm just going to sit back onto the heels, let the arms stretch forwards. And then coming down onto your front for a little bit of work down here. So I'm going to start with baby cobra. So your hands are, so your elbows are at the side of your shoulders, and we're just going to relax the shoulder blades back and peel up off the floor and back down. If you feel that you could go further than that, you can bring this into a full cobra. So we'd come up onto the hands. Again, you can choose how far you want to go. It's a little bit easier if your arms are further forward and further apart. Okay. So you can adjust how much bend you get through your back by where you put your hands. I'm going to change this one now, and we're going to go for a swan dive. So this requires a little bit more effort through the muscles in your back. So I'm going to start without your hands on the floor, squeezing the glutes nice and tight, and I'm going to lift as far as I can, then put the hands down and carry on. Relax back down. So we're going to squeeze the glutes tight, shoulders down and back, lift the body as far as you can, then carry on that stretch. Okay, one more of those. Squeeze the glutes tight, lift as far as you can, then put your hands down and carry on. And we're going to just take this back to hands and knees for a little stretch again. So we're going to round up through the body, side to side with the hips, loosen everything off. Okay, and I'm going to take this into some thread the needle. So we've got our 4-point kneeling back again, and we're going to take one hand, it's going to thread as far as we can underneath the body, and then up towards the ceiling. Threading under and up. Breathing out as we're going under. In breath. Exhale as we're coming up. One more here. So this is about getting the mobility in the back, particularly the upper back. Let's have a look the other way around. Threading under as far as you can, up as far as you can. Under and up. Okay, one last one here, coming underneath. And up. I'm going to come back onto your front. So this might be one that you want to work your way up towards. I'm going to try and get some glutes involved as well. So we've got both arms out in front of you. Head can stay down for this, or it can come up. And I'm going to definitely focus on squeezing the muscles in the bum. And we're going to go opposite arm to leg there. So this is all about strengthening through all the muscles in the back, all the way down that posterior chain. If you want to make it a bit harder, you can add a back extension. As long as those glutes are still working, it's absolutely fine to stay flat or come up, whichever suits you. Okay, let's just go for one more. And then coming back onto hands and knees one last time for a cat stretch. So we're rounding up side to side with the hips. All right, I'm going to take this now onto your back, and we're going to have a look at some spine curls to start with. So we're going to go with your hands in a diamond shape. I'm going to pop it underneath your pelvis, okay, under your sacroiliac. So from here, I'm going to try and make a circle with the pelvis. I'm going to rock forward so my fingers are getting squashed. Then I'm going to rock onto one side so one hand's getting squashed. Then back onto my thumbs and then onto the other hand and all the way round. If you feel your knees are moving a lot, go a bit wider with your feet. Okay, so forward onto your fingers, one hand, back onto your thumbs and round. Keep that circle going. Okay, it's not easy to start with. It does take a little bit of thinking about. So really think which part of your hand you want to squash, and that helps. Okay, so what we're doing here, we're getting movement through the pelvis. And as the pelvis is very closely linked to the lower back, it does help to release that area. So circles round. One more circle. Let's have a go the other way round. So now, squashing the fingers, squashing the other hand first, then the thumbs, and round. Try not to let your knees move too much. It's definitely a pelvis movement, not too much in the legs. Okay, one more this way round. And then just taking the hands out of the way, relax them at the side. We're going to peel up through to your spine curl, so you might need to bring your feet a bit closer. Peel up through to your spine curl and roll back down. So again, we're targeting the posterior chain here. So I'm making sure hamstrings, glutes and lower back are all working here. And that's quite important to get everything working together. Okay? If those glutes aren't doing much at all, then the muscles in the back have to do more, and that can make them stiff and sore. So we're going to get the arms involved here. We're going to go up with the hips, over your head with your arms, roll your body down, back of the rib cage, lower back, then your bum, then your arms come up and over. So hips, arms, controlling on the way down, using your abs a little bit to help, and arms come over. Okay, two more of these. So this one's a nice one to open everything up through the upper back again. You might feel a bit of a stretch coming down under the shoulder blade. One last one. Arms rolling down. Arms. Okay, so we're going to move into a variation of some glute work. So I'm going to just start, make sure your feet are quite close again. Hips coming up. I'm going to relax and lower the hips just halfway down. And then big squeeze through the glutes to push the hips back up. So it's relax and lower, squeeze and push. We've got 8 of these. Relax and lower, squeeze and push. The idea is eventually the glutes get better at switching on without having to be really consciously told, okay? And hopefully they should start to help you in everyday life, you know, picking things up, standing up out of a chair, rather than relying on your back muscles to do it all. So here we're trying to build that mind to muscle control, so that we can activate those muscles when we need to. Let's just go 2 more. here. And relaxing back down. Hook those knees, just rock side to side. Going to take this into a little bit more mobility again now. So I'm going to just spin round so that you can see a bit better. Right. Starting with arms out to the side and your right foot, your right ankle crossing over your left thigh. So from here, I'm going to let the legs go over to the right, so your knee is going on the floor. You might feel a bit of a stretch through the back or through the hip. Try and keep your shoulders flat. And then we're coming up and over the other way, so your foot is going on the floor. Try and think about making that top knee go a little bit further away from you. So you're opening up through the hip area. One more each way, knee to the floor first. And then up and over, foot to the floor. Again, this might be quite a stretch. Come back into the middle. If you can, gently push that right knee away from you. If you feel you need more stretch, pick your left leg up. Put one hand through the gap in the middle, one hand around the outside, and gently draw it towards you. Here you will feel quite a stretch in your right hip. Okay, if you need that to be even stronger, you can dig your elbow into your inner thigh and gently push that knee further away from you. Breathe into it. This stretch really appreciates a deep breath. Okay. I'm going to undo that top leg. Put it down on the floor. Keep hold of your left leg and stretch it up straight to the ceiling. So we're getting a left leg hamstring stretch. Okay, we're gently drawing the leg towards you. And then I'm going to take that left leg, put the ankle over the right thigh, open up through the hip, so gently draw your knee away from you, both arms out to the side, and we're letting the legs go over to one side. So I'm going towards the left first, letting your knee go on the floor. Now this might stretch through your back, it might stretch around your hips. And then I'm coming up and over the other way. Let your foot go on the floor. All the time, gently persuading that knee slightly away from you. One more each way. Breathing out into it. And then back into the middle. And I'm going to pick that right leg up. Or if you're feeling a stretch already, what you can do from here is gently push that left knee further away. If you need it to be stronger, pick the right leg up. One hand through the gap, one hand around the outside, gently draw it towards you. If you need even more, dig your elbow into your inner thigh and persuade that left leg, left knee further away. Breathing into this stretch, focus on trying to release the muscles. And then when you're ready, undo that top leg, put it on the floor, take that right leg up to the ceiling for a hamstring stretch. So the hamstrings are quite important to stretch. They are quite closely linked to the lower back. So if you've got a lot of tightness in the hamstrings, it can pull on the pelvis, which can cause tightness in the back. So breathing into that stretch. And just relax it down. Hook the knees, rock side to side, and then make your way over onto one side. So we've got both knees up to 90 degrees, both arms out in front, top hand going up and over, breathing out as we go over, and back. So here we're just looking at mobilising the back again, getting that upper back moving in relation to the pelvis. So ideally your hips are staying pretty much vertical as you're doing this. Okay, one more this way. And then spin round, so you can literally just turn and face the other way or put your legs the other end. Don't worry if you can't see me for this bit, I'm literally doing the same thing this way round. So both knees up to 90 degrees, both arms out in front, big exhale, rotating through the upper back. Breathing out as you go, in as you come back. So these can be fairly quick, or you can stop there for a little bit longer if you want to. Remember, you can always pause and do as many more stretches, mobility stuff as you like. Okay. From here, we're coming back into the middle and come round onto hands and knees and into your cat stretch, rounding up through the back, side to side with the hips. If the side to side feels a bit weird, don't worry about it, you can just hold your cat stretch still if you prefer. So we're just going to finish with a calf stretch just to get us back up to standing. So I'm going to tuck the toes underneath and coming upside down, let one heel pedal at a time. So we're just going to walk the hands back towards the feet, rolling up through the body, vertebrae by vertebrae coming up, relaxing the shoulders at the top, shake it out. Okay, taking the hands behind your head, I'm going to scrunch the shoulders right up and drop, open, release, one arm over, one arm under, up and over. Nice big stretch, bend the knees and swing 3, 2, and 1. Stretching up, stretching wide, and we're there, hopefully feeling better for that.